Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Before the Echo. Thanks for getting on with us today. And I know you guys could spend your time doing a lot of things and you're watching this video, so I appreciate that. One thing, if you guys um, get anything out of this video, make sure you hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Also, anytime you have suggestions on some videos you want me to do on gear, let me know in the comment section. This one is particularly going to be on headlamps and the headlamps that I like to use for hunting. I've used so many headlamps over the last couple decades of hunting, and I've come to really love two of them. And I'm going to talk to you about two of them, and particularly one of them that I think I would recommend buying over the other, and kind of why. Guys, one thing about headlamps is you kind of get what you pay for with them. Now, if you just want a little bitty light or a little headlamp that you can get in and out of the woods with easy enough and it's cheap, go. I think Costa makes some good ones for that 20 to 15 to $20 price range. There's nothing wrong with that. But as outdoorsmen, sometimes we really need some power when it comes to headlamps when we're tracking deer, trying to get out of the woods. If you're back miles into the swamp or into the hills or into the mountains, you really need something that's dependable and that will last a long time. And that's the biggest thing that I have found with my headlamps is the longevity of a good one, as far as how long that the lamp will actually run for. Um, I bought this headlamp here from Cabelas, uh, probably 10 years ago now. It's kind of getting worn out. The strap's worn out. Um, it's called it's a lithium ion. Let's see if I can find the brand name. The Apex is what this headlamp is called. Now, I probably wouldn't buy this headlamp today. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a really nice headlamp, but it's pretty bulky. It has this battery pack on the back of it. This holds four AA batteries, which is really nice because AA batteries are very readily available. But even with four of these lithium AA batteries, this headlamp really will, if you like have to track a deer for a night or something, this headlamp will go dead on you. So that's something I never did like about it. I always had to carry a lot of extra batteries. Now, I can't remember how much this was. Prices have probably changed since this one's came out, if they even make this anymore. But this was like a $60 headlamp, which to me 10 years ago was a lot of money. And it's hard to spend a lot of money on a headlamp, or a lot of people don't spend a lot of money on a headlamp. But I'm telling you right now, getting a good headlamp is a very good investment as an outdoorsman. The last few years, I've been testing out this Phoenix HM50R is what it's called. HM50R. This thing was really good. It ran for me pretty well. The good thing about this headlamp, it can be a headlamp. You can actually pop it out of its um, case here. Well, you can. It's a little bit tight, but you can pop it out, and then you can also use it as like a standalone light. This this here headlamp, it takes a 123 battery, not AA. You can find these at a CVS or places like that. I ordered a bunch of them on Amazon. The problem with this headlamp is for deer tracking, for walking out of the woods, it did not last me like a plethora of time, especially if you ran it on high. But it was a really good lamp, and it's super, super small. So I like this headlamp a lot. The only problem with it is that the battery life wasn't like one of those headlamps where you could just, I got to go track a deer for 6 hours and run this thing on high. It was going to die on you. You had to bring extra batteries. Now, I used this headlamp frog gigging the other night with Huck. I got this during deer season last year and used it all deer season, and really put it to the test the other night with Huck because we ran it for a long time. This is the Ace Beam H30. This sucker you can see into the future with. This thing is super easy to operate too. Another thing with headlamps is all of them seem to operate a little bit different, which is super annoying. So you got to like relearn things with headlamps as far as their system, how they work. This one you hold the button down, turn it on and off, and then you press um, the side button to increase the beam output. This thing is pretty easy. The orange button turns the light on, and I'm telling you guys, this thing it's crazy. And then there's a black button on top that you adjust the beam output. And on this high setting, I mean you could coon hunt with this thing. I really, really, really enjoyed this headlamp. It has, I'm trying to think how to get to it because I never use it, but it does have the red light option and green light option, I believe. Again, let me see if I can figure out how to put that on there. There's your red light. So if you're into the red light thing, walking in the woods, it does have, you know, that option for you. And I believe there's a green light option too, if I can figure out how to get to it. But nonetheless, it does have those options for you. Um, this thing is awesome. I love this thing. Something else that I like about it, it's not that bulky and big. So you can fold it up and put it in a fanny pack or something. It's about the size of your palm, which is perfect. It also runs on a very unique battery, which is this battery right here. And just to give you an idea of what this thing is, this is a AAA battery that I have in front of me here, right here, like a common AAA battery. And then you can see this battery next to it. I would say it's 4 times bigger than like your double A's even. Um, I don't really know what this battery is exactly. What exactly this battery is. You can get these things on Amazon, and I'll link them in the description for this headlamp. Um, another so a downside of this is you can't go to CVS or Dollar General and buy new batteries for this thing. They're a very specific battery. They're also a fairly expensive battery, but um, the good thing about these batteries is they are rechargeable, and they do seem to last a long time as a rechargeable battery. Sometimes rechargeable batteries don't last great, but these ones really do last well, longer than I expected them to. Let's put it that way. Um, but what I like about this headlamp itself is it is charged. You can charge this with a USB port, USB C port right here. You can plug in a USB C, recharge the battery, and just keep going. So I am a fan of always keeping, especially since I run camera gear and GoPros and stuff. I always keep like a battery pack on me, so you can just charge this thing up with a battery pack, or in your truck, or however you want to do it. Or you can. I actually bought from Amazon a little charger for these batteries, and then I can just go ahead and throw these on the charger, and I'll have a couple of them going, and a couple of them will last you a really long time. So that's the headlamp that would have to recommend to you guys. Now this headlamp is like $120, and again, you just get what you pay for. Ace Beam is a really good brand of light. If you guys, like I said, if you want to buy, if you need a light that's a little bit cheaper, I'll link the one that I use like around the house and camping and whatnot in the description below. It's made by Costa, and it works really good too for just going in and out of the woods. But when you need extra power, if you need to go track a deer with your buddies, this thing is, I think, unbeatable, in my opinion, at least for the ones I have used. And if you guys have another headlamp that you like, maybe give in the description below. Maybe give people suggestions on maybe a cheap one, and maybe one that you like to track blood with. Um, so that's my suggestion on headlamp. I know last video that I did on saws, people wanted to hear about headlamps, and I was actually in the middle of already making that video. So um, in the description below is the link to all this stuff that I'm talking about. If you use those, that helps me out. Amazon or whoever I link it through gives me a little kickback for selling. It's not really a sponsorship thing. It's just, if you guys want a convenient way of getting these products, it helps me, and it helps you, hopefully. No obligation. You don't have to. But before you leave, one thing you have to do, hit that subscribe button right there for me. That'd be awesome. That's the best way to support the show. And then there's a video right here if you want to watch the other video about saws. Take care, everybody.